Warning, this video is going to be all about numbers. Specifically, we're going to be talking about how you can determine what you need to sell your craft items for. So if you've ever sat there and tried to figure out exactly what ink cost, what tape cost, or whatever it is that you're using in your craft supplies, and you don't know how to put a price on your time and on those elusive things like ink and tape, we are going to break it down today right here. So I'm going to go over what it costs me to make an 11-ounce sublimation mug and how I determine my retail and my wholesale pricing. And this can be applied to any craft that you make. So please stick with me through it. And if you want to get back to those cute craft videos that I make, stick around because that is coming soon. But in this video, let's go ahead and break down the pricing of an 11-ounce sublimation mug sold at retail. So how do I get to my retail price? Well, first off, I start by looking at the cost to me. There are 4 items that I use every single time when I make a mug. That is the sublimation mug, that is the sublimation paper, the heat resistant tape, as well as the sublimation ink. I buy everything from Heat Press Nation. It is linked down below if you're interested. But real quick, before you run your numbers, make sure that you add shipping and taxes in here so you don't undercut yourself. But a mug for me costs $1.74. Paper I buy in a pack, it comes to 17 cents a sheet, but I can get 4 of my mugs out of 1 sheet because I do one-sided mugs. So that comes to about 4 cents a piece. My tape comes in comes in a roll of 32 yards. And I use about 4 inches. I will not do all that math here. Let's just say it's pennies. And we're gonna go with 4 pennies. That way we're on the safe side. And ink. Now, this is one of those things I mentioned earlier as being a harder item to price. There are certain things like that in crafting, like glitter, for example. How do you put a price on exactly how much glitter you use? It's hard. Same with ink. I did a little research and someone once said, well, if you're using a Sawgrass printer, which I'm using a Sawgrass SG400, they were saying that you could get about 1,200 coffee mugs out of 1 ink replacement set, which I think is absolutely, 1,200 mugs, I think is absolutely crazy. I don't think I get that much, so I'm gonna be conservative, and instead of saying I can get 1,200 mugs, I'm gonna say maybe I can get 600 mugs. And the ink I replace all of the ink cartridges in there 1 time a year. Now, when I say I replace them, if you're familiar with Sawgrass, those are expensive. My SG400 ink tank for my black is about $114, and for my colors, it ranges about $90, and there are 3 of those. So altogether, I am looking at a price of $384 to replace all of my ink once a year. So if I can do about 600 prints, make 600 mugs at $384, I am coming in at about 64 cents a mug. Again, that's an estimate, but that's kind of how I put a number on a very elusive item like ink. So if you have something like that, that would be my best recommendation, is how to nail down a price. So when I look at all of that, my all-in cost here, we go $1.74 plus 4 cents plus 4 cents plus 64 cents brings me to a total cost of $2.46 to me to make a mug. Being that that is the case, I have to look at what is my time worth. And knowing this is a non-custom mug that I'm selling, if you sell things that are custom, you have more of a premium that you can charge. This is non-custom, I don't have that premium. So that being the case, I shoot for something like $10, because $10 minus my cost of that is bringing me in at a profit of $7.54, which is good, especially considering that to make a mug, as far as pressing it for 3 minutes and taping it and getting it all ready, it takes me about 5 minutes per mug to make. I have 60 minutes in an hour divided by 5 minutes for the mug. I can make about 12 mugs per hour. 12 mugs per hour, if I were to do that at that profit, that would mean I would make about $90.48 an hour. I'm okay with that. So that is how I get to my retail pricing. So now for my wholesale price, what I do is I look at, okay, well, my cost hasn't changed, but if this is my cost to me, but I have somebody in the middle here that now wants to sell it and they want to make a profit as well, we have to somehow come to an in-between agreement. So I go for $5. The reason being, I'm still making a profit and they are buying in bulk. So the way I agree to wholesale is, one, they are a repeat customer. Two, they are also buying in bulk. And the other thing is that it is the same design, because that is a huge time saver. So there are certain criteria that have to be met. That being the case, if all this is met, then I do sell it for less at that in-between wholesale price of $5. If I'm doing it, it's going straight to the customer. It's going for $10 for my non-custom mugs.